long have you been a part of WrestleCrate? How long have you been the owner of WrestleCrate?
All right. So
let's get some of the story behind it.
Okay. It's been a long road. I've lived a lot of lives, but so my journey in the wrestling merch game started back in like 2012, 2013. And so the idea was, I'm going to make t-shirts, because I just, I wanted to, I recently had moved, like sold a house, and everything. So we had some money to start some things and everything like that. And so I was like, I'm going to start my own company. I'm going to sell wrestling t-shirts, right?
Which was...
In 2012, there was no pro wrestling tees. There was none of that.
None of that.
So, but then I thought, like, man, what else could we do? I was like, what if I did like a wrestling subscription box? And at that point, there was really not that much cool wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there was no pro wrestling crate. There was no WrestleCrate. There was nothing. It was like just,
Even like the Loot Crate from WWE,
right.
that's only maybe not even a year old.
Yeah, no, they weren't existing yet. And so I had all these ideas floating around, and I put that idea like on the shelf, and I was like, I'm going to focus on trying to make some cool wrestling stuff first. And then once we start doing, once there's more stuff out there, then I can maybe do a crate. And so instead of the t-shirts, had the idea, what if we made underwear? Because that's all those guys wear. And what if the underwear looked like the trunks that they wear in the ring?
See, that's genius.
That's fucking genius.
That's genius.
Right?
Brilliant.
I was like, Macho Man with the 3 stars, Ric Flair with the RF and Mega Powers and all that kind of stuff, right?
I would buy the shit out of that.
A lot of people did buy the shit out of it.
Fuck. That's a brilliant idea.
That's genius.
So this is what happened, is I took $1,500 and I opened a business checking account. And that's all I started with.
Wow.
So at the time, I was buying my underwear from American Apparel, and I was actually using a heat press in the living room of my apartment to make these designs, right?
Super DIY, like...
The most DIY.
That's so cool.
I did everything from make the designs myself, order the transfers. Each one was hand-pressed by me, and then I was the one shipping out all the orders and everything like that. Here's the problem. So I started that August 2014, and we maybe sold like 10 pairs in the first 2 months. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it's, hey, I didn't really lose that much money, whatever. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start, sending some pairs out to guys that I know. So I sent a little package to Colt Cabana. And around about that time, Ryan from Pro Wrestling Tees sent me an email and said, hey, man, we want to put these on our website, too.
Dude.
Boom.
And
that's
we want
huge.
to, but this was at the very, very beginning of Pro Wrestling Tees. This is like, they maybe only had 10 guys on there at the time. And so they were still very, very small and growing. And so we put some designs on there, and that gave us a little bit more exposure. Zack Ryder got some, posted a picture of it. Fast forward to November. This is like the very first part of November. Myself, my wife, couple of friends, we're at a place in Beverly Hills having brunch. This place has great pancakes. It was called BLD, and it's no longer there. Breakfast, lunch, dinner is what it.
Big long dick.
Big long dick.
Exactly. That's what it's called now. They moved over to West Hollywood. So I am there, and I'm going to give you some details that are going to make sense in a second. I'm wearing an I, Star of David, Colt Cabana shirt, right?
Famous Colt Cabana shirt.
Exactly. I'm also wearing a Vancouver Whalers hat, right?
Super obscure hockey.
Now, let's rewind the tape to January of 2014, an event called the Royal Rumble. It's the last time we see CM Punk, right?
Oh, yeah.
CM Punk is MIA. Why did he quit? Where did he go? Where is he? CM Punk, on that day in November, was sitting in a booth by himself at BLD.
No.
What the?
And you have on hockey gear and Colt Cabana gear.
Hockey and Colt Cabana. I walk in, we lock eyes. He's one of my favorite of all time, and this is like, oh my God, CM Punk in the wild. Nobody's known where he's been for the last 9-10 months.
Yeah.
Here he is. What do? I'll tell you what you do. you freaking marks. Okay, you just put your head down, you go sit down at your table, and you nerd out the entire time with your back to him, being like, "What do I do? What do I say? What do I say?" You know. So, believe it or not, your boy, about halfway through, apparently gets his waitress's attention. She comes over to our table and says, "Hey, that really good-looking guy in the corner, he just paid for your whole table's breakfast."
No, he didn't. What?
And I'm like, "What in the world?" Now I have to say something, right?
Well, he probably appreciated you not marking out and running over him like, right. Can I get a picture?
Exactly.
You know.
So we're sitting. I mean, okay. Well, he bought our food, whatever, and so I had a big box of Rasselroos in the car, and so I'm like, I'm gonna go get a pair of Rasselroos and I'm gonna give it to him. Took a big risk, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to hand a pair of underwear to a dude in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Did you have some Savage ones on you, or
it was Mega Powers?
Oh, perfect.
Mega Powers,
perfect.
Right? You know, CM Punk, Savage Mark, it's great. So I go outside, I grab him, come back in. He goes to the bathroom, gets up to leave. We're leaving about the same time. I go up, I'm like, "Hey, Punk, thank you so much for breakfast. I appreciate it." He's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "I'm Jonathan." I'm like, and I said, "I run Rasselroos, the pro wrestling underdeal." And he goes, "I've seen that. That's really cool.
What?
I saw it on Ryder's Instagram." And I'm like,
holy
God,
shit,
right?
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I've got some pairs if you want some." And he's like, "Oh, no, he's like, I don't need any. Like, I'm good." I mean, obviously, like, he wants to walk around with a pair of underwear in his pocket for the rest of the day. Like, fine. Punk, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, it's fine. I'm still not offended. You asked me if I was offended that day. I was like, "Not at all, man. I understand. Thank you for breakfast. It's been great." Wonderful. Fast forward a couple weeks. They do that freaking podcast where he tells the entire story.
Yeah.
If you go back and you listen to the last 5 minutes of that podcast, you will hear CM Punk tell the story of buying the Rasselroos dude breakfast in Beverly Hills.
I got to go back and listen to that.
Because he comes out of the restaurant, calls Cabana on the phone, and is like, "Dude, I just bought the Rasselroos guy's breakfast in Beverly Hills because he's wearing your shirt." Colt goes, "No way. I just got a package in the mail." He sent me Rasselroos on the same day. All the stars aligned, right?
All the Star of David's aligned.
Exactly. All the stars of David aligned. That's good. That's good. And so
this is like the universe like coming together. Like, dude, this is huge. Not only because at the time everything was going on, and you were just right place, right time.
Dude.
He got the package. Like, that's insane.
That's fucking insane. That thing got downloaded 4 million times.
Yeah.
Over that weekend, and that was the same weekend as our Black Friday sale.
Oh.
So our traffic goes through the roof. Our sales go through the roof. We're on the map now. And so we took some of the money we made from that. We invested in some more designs, and we started doing Comic-Con events all over the country, right? So fast forward a little bit more. American Apparel, who I'm getting all the underwear from, they go bankrupt.
Oh, that's
right, They start discontinuing items. Underwear was first on the block. So Christmas of 2015? Yeah, 2015, I go online to order for the new year.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, "Where's the underwear? It's not there." And what do I do? And so I get on the phone with them. I'm like, "Guys, give me everything you have left."
Oh, my God.
I bought as much as I possibly could from them, and that lasted us all the way through April. Which at that time,
so you guys were going crazy.
Oh, yeah, it was going good.
Jesus.
And so at that time, I was like, what else could we make? You know, we've got a great audience, good sales. What else could I add to our product line? Maybe start something else to kind of pivot, because I don't know what's going to happen with this American Apparel deal. Am I going to have to go and start getting this stuff made overseas? So that's when I said, these little lapel pins are pretty hot.
And this is 2015?
This is, the end of 2015.
Oh, it's just getting started.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Brand new. And so I'm like, let's do it. And so I started with 3 pins. It was the Ribera Steakhouse logo, the little bull.
Brilliant.
A pair of Macho Man sunglasses.
Uh-huh.
And a Too Sweet hand.
Dude, those are like
right?
Iconic.
And literally on Christmas break 2015, I believe, I'm sitting at a picnic table in Austin, Texas, outside of a hamburger restaurant, and I think to myself, what am I going to call this little pin company? And I thought, hell yeah, lapel, yeah. Oh, lapel, yeah. How about that? And I hollered to my wife. I was like, hey, what do you think about lapel, yeah? And she's like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah,
let's do it. So sitting there at that picnic table, I bought the domain, got all the Instagram and Twitter and all that, and set up the Facebook page right there at the thing. And then, so that's when Lapel Yeah started. And from there, we started making pins from a lot of different companies, at which point I find out that someone has started a professional wrestling subscription box called WrestleCrate. And it's this dude in Kentucky that does it out of his basement with his son, and it's taken off. And so I'm like, okay, I've got cool stuff now. Let's get my stuff in the box.
Yeah.
So I email him, hey, man, you want to do pins in the box? Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do pins in the box. We get a relationship there. Pro Wrestling Crate had started at that point. Hey, man, you want to do pins in the box? Let's do pins in the box. We do a whole set for them. So we're just going around. That wrestling club, you want pins in the box? Let's do pins in the box. Everybody. So I get all these little relationships going, start making pins for everybody. We've made pins now for everybody from Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Colt Cabana, Brody King. I mean, you name them out there, we've probably done their pins. If you see a wrestling pin, chances are it came through these doors.
Wow.
And so the pin thing starts taking off. The underwear thing kind of fizzles out because American Apparel quit making it. And then it was just, the pin thing was like 10 times the income, 10 times the sales with like way less overhead because it's so tiny. And
were you still printing the underwear yourself at this time?
This whole time, all of this is taking place in 500 square feet in Santa Monica. Crazy.
That's so cool, dude.
So in, let's see, around Christmas time of 2016, I get a call from the owner of WrestleCrate. Hey, man, I've got some health issues. I'm looking to sell the company. Do you wanna take it over? I said, let me think about it. And so, long story short, we ended up taking over in March of 2017.
Okay.
And
so we just passed the year.
Yep, we just
Congratulations.
Made it
That's
over
big.
a year doing this. Problem is the previous owner of WrestleCrate, he really let the box, the business suffer. There was a couple months where just nobody got their box, and so we took over a sinking ship.
Oh, yeah.
And so we had to rebuild that thing really from the ground up and get trust back and everything. All the while, Pro Wrestling Crate, 1 Hour Tees, those guys have just been going through the roof, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of upped their game. And so now we're in it. We're doing it big time. And for the last year, up until March of this year, that's when we moved into this big space. We were running WrestleCrate out of our 500 square foot apartment in Santa Monica as well.
Oh, shit.
So every month we'd have 1,000 boxes like stacked up in our living room.
You look like a hoarder, probably.
Dude, it was out of control. Like we would have it sideways and buy 1,000 T-shirts and everything. I mean, just completely out of control. And so ultimately, it was time for us to move out of here. But as you know, the property and commercial real estate in Los Angeles, crazy.
Very crazy. Yeah.
We found a good spot out here, and then a great team of people. We've got I think 6 people that work for us now,
nice.
All part time. Still a very DIY operation, and we run on a real tight budget and everything like that. But we're really excited to have this place, and as you can see, it's very bare around here right now. But all the work goes on back in the warehouse.
Yeah. As we saw.
Eventually, this whole area over here is going to be a podcast studio
and
everything like that, and make it real nice in here with the TVs and screens, and we're going to do some murals on the wall and everything. But, baby steps, one thing at a time.
Of course.
There's only so many things we can do
Absolutely,
for a while.
That's amazing.
But yeah, man, that's kind of the story of how I got in. So I started literally with like a $1,500 check to open an account and an idea to make underwear, and then it's just proof that when you step out and you have an idea and you try something, I think it's from that book, The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho.
Yep.
It's like when you follow your dream, like the universe rises to meet you.
And dude, your story,
right? What are the chances?
Is the epitome of that.
Yeah. What are the chances?
The Zuckerberg of the wrestling world, right here.
Yeah, seriously.
So you just try something and see what happens. And has there been failures? Is there things I would do different? Every single day. But that's the best way. I think. Who is it? The guy, not Steve Jobs, but the IBM guy. I can't remember his name, but he's like, the best path to success is to fail more often. And so I've just, throw as much stuff up against the wall and see what sticks. And eventually,
look at this. Like,
here we are.
This is like ground level. Like, when you're in and you guys are killing it. You guys, I see WrestleCrate all over the place. I'm really proud to be able to say that PutmeOver Podcast is a partner, sponsor. You can go to PutmeOver. We can go to WrestleCrate.com. Enter in the promo code PutmeOver. You'll get 20% off your first WrestleCrate. And it's really cool that you open up your space to us and you let us come in and interview, talk. We've been here, like I said, for like pay-per-views and stuff.